Good evening to all candidates. My name is Brian Kelser. I am a sophomore at Sarah T. Reed Senior High School. And I'm a member at VELA and the leader of Renaissance Initiative. I'm here today because I am worried about the school closure and the school phase-out process. For the last year, I've had to deal with attending a school that has been labeled as a failure by the state. Even though I know that neither my classmates nor my school is a failure, it's still horrible to be labeled as a failure. It feels like we are not being given a chance to really prove ourselves. It's a struggle going to a school. They may not even be there next year or even next semester. Our school had our 9th grade phased out already, so it makes you think, what's next? Being in a building that has been losing students for years is difficult, especially since that school is being phased out and doesn't have the proper resources, services, or supplies for students to be successful. So my question to you is, what are your plans for supporting struggling schools, other than shutting them down or phasing them out? Also, how would you include students, parents, and community members in the process of bettering it?
As I say, it's a very good question, and it's a concern of this school board. Act 35, that legislative act that gave control of the schools to the Recovery School District, has been a source of concern for not just this board, but the community at large. Sarah T. Reed is a high school in my school district, so I understand what's going on over there, as I understand what's going on in Schaumburg. And when schools close, let me tell you, it is not your fault. It is not your doing. It's a failure of the Recovery School District. It's the failure of the leaders of this city to, as we have tried through the legislature, to get Act 35 amended so that we can get some of our students back, so that you, students at Sarah T. Reed and even at Schaumburg, when those letters goes out, parents and students are concerned and they feel like they're failed. Well, you're not a failure. You come to school, you go to school each and every day, and you expect to receive a quality education. And it's our responsibility to provide that to you. Unfortunately, because of Act 35, we're somewhat limited in what we can do about what's happening at Sarah T. Reed and Schaumburg.
The colleagues have said, but closing the school to me is unacceptable. It causes children to feel, as you said, like they're the failure. It's not you, son. It is the adults that are dealing with this, and it is the legislative act that has caused this to happen. I think that we could do a lot more, and we will do a lot more to lobby now that you all are talking and you all are opening your mouths. You know, when Dr. King marched for civil rights, he used students. So I'm very proud of you. We will continue to work as the adults in this situation, lobbying so that we can get you out of the failed system of the Recovery School District. I promise that. Thank you.
I've been a teacher for the past 3 years. I've worked at both traditional schools and charter schools. So my question is kind of along the charter school movement that we're facing here in New Orleans. Pretty much a yes or no question, so you can go ahead and use your yes or no cards. Should New Orleans become the first district in the country to have 100% of their schools be charter schools?
Wait. Okay, y'all ready? 1, 2.
So one more time. Should New Orleans be the first district in the United States to have 100% of their schools be charter schools?
1, 2, 3.
Hi, my name is Juan Fortunel. I'm a junior and I attend International High School. I'm part of VELA's ESL Lost in the System initiative, where we deal with language access in the school system. Language access has affected my entire life and my family as well due to interpreting. I have always had to attend and translate/interpret at school conferences and feel as if the school is not giving me any respect at all. It's always been conference to conference and less of my own personal free time. I've actually had to cry myself to sleep in the past wondering why the school doesn't bother to help my family. If the school wants me to be an interpreter, they could always ask me personally. So, my question is, what do you plan to do in order to break down the barrier between teachers and parents in both public and charter schools? If so, what is your plan in order to accomplish this?
The issue that I am bringing up tonight is that many students that want to participate or already participate in tutoring or in extracurriculum such as basketball, softball, band, and so on are not willing to do so because either their parents do not have cars, work late nights, or any school. What are your plans on resolving these issues after hearing this?
To all candidates, I'm a student athlete at McDonald 35, and my question is, are you willing to help the school system provide activity buses for extracurricular activities?
As a parent, I don't see a big push for student advisory council and a parent advisory council. I feel that decision making has been not around our children and families. And so my question is that either once elected, would you support is one thing, but implementation is really critical. Will you implement a citywide student advisory and parents advisory to help you direct policy that affects our children, my children, in my community? Thank you.
I would be glad to have an advisory student council and a parent council. I think it's needed. I think it's necessary.
Thank you.
Yes or no, if in compliance with state and Bessie Board laws, do you support comprehensive sex education in New Orleans public schools?